You alive? Ooh, that just that just crept up without any warning. That's Facebook. Um, okay, we are live apparently. So well, we have the return of a popular guest on the show today. I'm so delighted personally to have her back. She's known as the Happy Guru, and I can definitely see why. Her past achievements include, but not limited to, she was a runner-up in the Miss Singapore Beauty Contest. Can't think why. A TV personality via a reality show on the back of this. She's an extraordinarily gifted dancer, an actress, a radio show host. However, she's here today for her amazing abilities as an energy healer. Please give a warm welcome to Dianna Lane, everybody.
Woohoo!
Oh, it's fireworks, laser beams. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing really good. Thank you so much. We've not seen each other since which month? May? Was it May?
Probably April or May, yes. Someone saying hello, you two gorgeous people. Hello, you gorgeous person. You, I don't know who it is, but thank you.
Well, I remember you expressing some fear about mandatory vaccines, and at the time it didn't register for me. And now, like since we last met, I've really had a bit of an education starting, was it last month? Well, it coincided with one of my friend's birthday. So he's a prominent spiritual healer, which I look up to and respect because he's freaking knowledgeable. He was actually an accountant by training. And then he ended up studying energy medicine and helping a lot of people, especially kids with autism. Okay. So interestingly, I was really busy, as you well know, Danny. I was training from 12-hour days. I would wake up at 7 and I would finish work at not even 12 hours, more than that. So I wake up at 7 and I finish work at 11. I prepare for the next day. So it was his birthday. I wished him happy birthday and I asked him what he was doing. He said he was giving a talk. And then I went into that talk. And lo and behold, it was about powerful people and the agenda, and also the potential, like vaccines are not. How do I put this in a okay manner? Questionable, I'll say. I have more questions than answers. That's the thing. So it's been very, very fascinating and interesting to learn and hear people's stories and how what happened to them and how they healed, or So we're really, really hoping it's voluntary.
So, in other words, you've been down some rabbit holes since we last spoke.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, it can be useful to go down them as long as you don't stay down there for too long, because it can really affect your mental health. We've all been there, anxiety and depression and hopelessness and helplessness. That's been my experience, so I don't stay down there for too long.
Honestly, I think this is the first rabbit hole I've been in. What does it mean? The rabbit hole is dark and scary.
Well, obviously, you're delving into things that most people don't and haven't, and gaining knowledge which is quite often scary, shocking, and not stuff you'd rather not know, quite frankly, at times. And yeah, so as I say, I don't stay down there for too long because it can really trash your mental health.
Oh, as in you don't stay there and do that intensive research for too long. Is that correct?
That's correct, yes. Boom.
Hi, Trish. Hi, Ginseng. And hey there, Ken Hart. Okay, so I think since I brought up this topic and I'm feeling it already, and so anyone who listens to this and resonates with this, we're gonna strengthen everyone to this pandemic that's going on. And
you're still wearing a muzzle when you go out. Do you have to wear a muzzle in public? A mask, I mean, sorry, a mask.
Well, yes, it's mandatory worldwide, isn't it? So in Singapore, we're a very obedient nation. So there was a fine for $3,000, and it's a huge task force all over the nation to to monitor people and to remind people to put their mask up, and there will be fines of $300. So just clear that gobbledygook. So any discomfort that arises from that, like how does it make you feel?
Well, I did some work yesterday surrounding masks because I've got to start wearing them for work as of tomorrow. And I was angry. I felt dictated to. I felt lots of things. So I did something at work. So I'm quite neutral on it now. But I was feeling very triggered and resistant to it. But I'm quite neutral on it now. So I'm probably not the best person to ask.
Yeah, so I do feel like the weakness will be triggered and triggers. Like, so I'm just strengthening everyone who's tuning in to any flying opinion, retorts, insults, veiled insults. Because when you mentioned about how we find out information in the rabbit hole and then we feel uncomfortable, all the things that you mentioned, right? And then if you want to share with other people, it makes us feel like we go back into the rabbit hole and we hide there. It's not, like delete hiding. So strengthen protection for everyone and more ease. I do get a sense of like a little bit of discomfort. Okay, that's me. That's me asking the people who are tuning in how they can clear this. Okay, so thank you, Ken. Ken saying anger over what this is doing to children and elderly. The first thing that comes up is like unfairness. So you strengthen for fairness and unfairness and dis-ease or unease. So just strengthen and clear that. What I'm getting is a lot of resentment of establishments not exactly doing the right thing, and also a lot of bamboozling and misinformation. Yeah, so strengthen to all the misinformation, like strengthen to. So strengthen to, like, I love this meme that I just picked up. And it's like saying a lot of the information that we're getting through mainstream news is, how do I say this? I want to pick up the meme. Let me pick it up so that I don't quote the meme wrongly. Yeah, the sacrifices, I hear that now. Okay. So when we try to tell people, like we see the lies, and then we'll say the mainstream media lies about literally everything. And then the counter is, okay, I'm going to need you to verify that claim by linking to a credible mainstream. First of all, the information that we're getting is scanty and is all over the place, and then it's well strung together by certain people out there who seem to be in the know. And then it's like, how do you fact check that? But when you have like so many different sources from independent sources from all over the world saying the kind of same thing, and then when we see for ourselves some video footage, especially when you have video footage of photographing evidence, it kind of confirms what they've been saying all along. And I remember one of my friends, a spiritual healer, who had been talking about the pedophile rings a lot of the time and about satanic rituals and all of that. And that was, I think, a year or two ago. And I was like, what in the world is she talking about? And it's too scary. Like, let me not touch that. And she just said that. And I was like trying to Google some like sources of, that person's suicide. Is it real? And like, I couldn't find any information. And I couldn't find much information. And I'm like, I didn't want to go in the rabbit hole back then. And so now when I see Netflix and I see Filthy Rich documentary about Jeffrey Epstein and about how there was a lot of abuse of tons of girls, and there was a huge web and 40 people were about to testify. And I'm like, okay, so there is truth to whatever she was saying before. And now what truth lies. I like how some people are so optimistic the truth will reveal itself, but when? Quick! Strengthen the truth to be revealed really at the right time, at the right place, and strengthen us to be strong. And all the uncertainties, like the baffling uncertainties that we're all facing, the different permutations of whether we get to travel again as per normal. We're allergic to the word normal, the new normal. Strengthen us to all these terms and terminologies that's flying across all the news. Strengthen to the new normal, abnormal, what life used to be before, delete nostalgia. Strengthen to enjoy life however we experience it, and like strengthen our consciousness to create our reality and strengthen our focus to points of ideal places, right? Strengthen our points of attraction, like what we bring to our lives. So strengthen to hold in our mind and our energy field that which we want to manifest and see in this world. Okay, so let me check the issues. Anger. So I'm going to strengthen everyone to like the relationship dynamics or the population dynamics, to babies, toddlers, growing children, teenagers, young adults, working adults. Okay, so I feel like working adults get the brunt of it because they have to look after the young, and then they also have to look after the older. So delete. Okay, so this is what I'm kidding. Delete the stress of all the working adults. Strengthen the spine and the guts. Strengthen the brain, spinal cord, and delete the burden on shoulders. So strengthen to release all the tight tension. Strengthen and release the shoulders. Okay, so tightness in shoulders and neck. First, I'm going to delete the constriction in the diaphragm area. It's like being squeezed. So delete being squeezed, strengthen the brain, and strengthen the breathing center to reset breathing, whether it's deep, shallow, or no breathing. Strengthen for expansion of rib cage. It feels, strengthen the expansion of rib cage, expansion, contraction, and the tensing, or automatic tensing of it. So there's a level of soreness and discomfort again. Discomfort about being in the world in 2020. So delete all the weaknesses of the time that we live in, when in reality we live in really good times, but we're bombarded with the news of emergency. And the new word that I picked up, which everybody says, I mean the people that I know say, sheeple. The people in the know, the people absorbing the news hook, line, and sinker. And the people who want to speak up and get quietened or put a mask over the mouth. Do you feel like less prone to talking when you have the mask over?
I find it, well, I've never actually worn one, so it'll be new territory for me. I've literally never worn one, but I would imagine, I know when people come into where I work and they're wearing a mask, it's hard to understand them. I've got to say sorry, and they're going, woo, and I'm going, pardon what? And they're going, woo, and it's like, and you can see the mask going in and out of the mouth, and you just think, oh my God. So, so they're quite antisocial in some regards, and I don't know. It's just, but I don't think the term sheeple helps. To be honest, I don't think it helps anything or anyone. I think it's just kind of gets in the way. I think it's it's just my thoughts and views.
Delete any negative connotation there. Every word is meant to be neutral. I mean, we're supposed to be strong to it. If there's some weaknesses to it, like delete all judgments of it. Delete all the effects of label. Hi, Samantha. Ken, you're lucky. Ken says this old dog will never wear one. It's great that you all have rights and freedom and you can protest. We cannot. It's completely illegal to have any protest at all.
Well, we're heading towards that as well. To be fair, that's heading in that direction as well.
Civil disobedience is completely clamped down. So delete that. So delete patterns, resurfing. Okay, so Ginseng mentioned sacrifices. Yeah. Ken, what do you propose? For the people who are uneducated, is uneducated a good word? Strengthen everyone to get the right information to question. I mean, for me, I think it's a matter of like, what is it? That strengthen for paradigm shift, to be open and to question, to shift channels, and for people to have the courage to share. Because at the end of the day, yes, we're getting news feeds, but we're also getting social media feeds from every single one of us, right? Who's there on Facebook. If we can just share one thing that helps put a question mark on somebody or get them curious enough to go research or teach them something important, we're all doing our little parts. And I think slowly people, the word that is being used is they will awaken, right? I didn't quite get the tone of people awakening. Okay, so Ginseng mentioned sacrifices, right? So first weakness that I get, I know we were talking about the sacrifices happening in the world, but I'm getting personal sacrifice. So strengthen everyone who's tuning in who feels like they're personally sacrificing their happiness in work, doing work that doesn't quite make you sing or bring joy, where you don't really exercise creativity. So strengthen, and then I feel drudgery comes up. So delete the drudgery in everyday work or living or being at home. So strengthen everyone for meaning, or if you're not finding meaning, delete all the weaknesses there. Okay, so the thing about sacrifice has shifted. So it's, yeah, it has shifted. So Ken says, show them the path of from fear. So in addition, show them the path of light and joy, yeah, and truth. And Ken says, we gently try to advise them of the real truth found at the bottom of the rabbit hole. I've been doing that, Ken, and I feel like, what can I do, little me do on, like, how do I get to a bigger platform, or how do I reach out to more people? Because I've been doing one-to-one, it's like too slow. And I know it's still necessary, but one of my friends, when I was feeling a little bit hopeless, okay, so everyone, there's a little bit of hopelessness. So we're going to strengthen everyone and delete any hopelessness, and strengthen. We're in the Empowered You Healing Group, so strengthen everyone for personal empowerment, and also working as a team, strengthen the coalition or the team or the group for protection, and to see the end goal of what we want, because we are the creators of our reality. So what we want to do, who we want to meet, who do we want to talk to, how we want to spend our days. So strengthen to all of that for empowerment. What we want to create, strengthen for that. So Ken, I was saying that when I was feeling hopeless, one of my friends' Facebook story popped up, and it was how she said, and it was just a quick few seconds, right? Facebook story. And then she was saying that her little video, it's like you're feeling hopeless and you cannot make a difference. Her little video got thousands of shares, thousands of likes, and it went viral. And it was just her speaking up against what was going on. And she's saying that one person can make a difference. And that one person is going to be heard by like a few hundred, right? And then maybe a portion of that will feel, whoa, this is interesting. Let's check that. Or, yeah, that's a bit strange. What's going on? So like we're putting the information out there, and people are learning more about what's going on, and delete being duped, and delete all the effects of the lies, and strengthen to choose what's the right thing to do for us. Because Isabel was like saying, like, what is your path? Strengthen you to your path, your choice, what makes you happy, and like your crusade or your adventure in this.
If I could just cut in a second, you've got to also be mindful of the fact that you are sometimes, I don't mean you personally, but generally, you are challenging someone's whole version of reality. So that's why when you see two people going at it on Facebook, they might be pro or anti something, and someone is literally defending their whole version of reality. So that's why it can get so heated, and no one's prepared to budge on their stance. And I think once you are more mindful of that, you might just step back a little bit and think, right, okay, I can plant a seed. But ultimately, I'm not so arrogant to think that my reality should be the same for anyone else. I can sort of share information and education, and it's there.
Yeah, I definitely do it in a very gentle and tactful ways. And yeah, that's my style. Well, what I think is very gentle and tactful, and anyone who reacts, like, I just let it be. And I love the fact that we're planting seeds, because once upon a time, my friend, whom I didn't believe at the time, planted the seed. And I saw her articles and her video sharings. At the time, I was like, no interest, no time. And I think so now I reflect when I'm sharing like documentaries, articles, a lot of the time the people has no interest or no time. But there will be people that pick it up, and that's great. I mean, I feel like the people who are just speaking up are very, very brave. Yeah, and I love the fact that they're sharing, because a lot of people know but don't share.
Yeah, agreed. It pains me to see such division on Facebook, and generally, people are pro masks, anti masks, pro vaccines, anti vaccines, pro clapping for the NHS, anti clapping for the NHS. It's none of it goes pro Labour, pro anti Labour, pro. And it's just like find something to be divided about. My goodness, it's just.
Do you see a lot of it? I think you're a little bit ahead of me, because like I didn't see it before, but now, yeah, I do see it because I experienced it myself.
It's got to be either black or white, up or down. There's no room for critical thinking, no room for nuances. I don't mean my version of events, but like that's how they want us. You're right or you're wrong. It's you're left or right. It's just sad to see, to be honest.
You know what's my favorite conspiracy theory?
What's your favorite conspiracy theory?
Everything is gonna be okay.
Um,
Yes.
I think. Do I have anxieties about the way the world's going? Yeah, I do. I'd be lying if I said no. Do I hope certain things change and quickly? Yes. Goodness. Will they? I don't know, to be honest. But all I can do is keep working on me and working on my anxieties, working on my fear, working on my stuff, and that's all I can do. It's the only power I've got. How I react to it all.
Are we going off track? This is an unusual interview that it's an interview, unusual session that we're doing. Okay, so let me just. So whatever emotions that anyone is experiencing, if you resonate with this, delete all the dejection, hopelessness, feeling small, being controlled, and delete all the effects of that and strengthen to have control over all the input that we have. I mean, we kind of do have control, thank goodness, of choosing. I think strengthen for discipline, if that's what people need, to control the input, right? So we have choice of what to watch, when to watch it, what to read, when to read it. We have, I think the division is because there's so many different channels, so many sources, right? We don't need to go to the libraries. It's in this. And everyone's looking at different things, and everyone has different experiences growing up, and everyone has different jobs and so on and so forth. Yeah. So strengthening the differences and make people more even. And there was a comment that was pretty long. You want to read that? Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Strengthen everyone's opinions, beliefs, thoughts, words, actions, decisions. Delete all the weaknesses behind that, and whether it's similar or not, and whether there's differences or not, strengthen everyone for more neutrality and more evenness with each other. And I've been practicing that, and it's really truly not easy. I was countered by a lawyer, and then I was also having a conversation with my university schoolmate who is now a medical oncologist, and I was just wanting to hear her viewpoints because I know that I better not share mine. And so I was just very mindfully, like, just catching up with her, finding out what her interests are, her lifestyle is, where she's traveled to, and then just finding out her opinion on her beliefs, what she thinks is true, and what she feels is true. Yeah, so I thought it was a successful meetup.
Good.
Strengthen everyone to spread the word, spread the truth. May we be attracted to the truth, and may we also share, fact checked, and may we have fact checkers and truth spreaders. may we follow the right people that's spreading the truth, and delete getting affected by those people being clamped down and stamped out, the repression, right? And when other people are being repressed, we get affected too. And like when their Facebook's taken off, we get affected as well. So delete seeing all that happen to the community. Anyone, it's like censorship. It's like banning. It's destroying what people took ages to build. So strengthen. The people who are controlling, delete the greed, delete the controlling, delete their fears, delete all the controversy, just strengthen the truth to be revealed. Yay! Okay, so Millie, you've got abdominal cavities weakened. Okay, yep. So what I'm getting is above the stomach. So strength. Okay, so everybody in the group, I'm going to strengthen digestive system, the back of the throat. So anybody having a sensation in the back of the throat, tune into that. So the first thing that comes out is throat chakra. How many people are being silenced? Delete the effects of being silenced, whether it's obviously, whether it's by law, whether it's all the people behind Facebook, YouTube, Google, Wikipedia, who's stamping out the information and discoloring it to show that the alternatives and the natural healing therapies are not proven, when they actually, a lot of it is, like anecdotally and through peer-reviewed research, etc. It's like they're trying to make it, delete the imbalance, like strengthen them to reign, strengthen the truth to reign, delete. Like delete the effects of the bad intent. Delete the causes, sources, and roots of the bad intent. So strength, like sending the intention, deleting the bad intent of all those who are trying to control, punish, stamp out, banish, ban, silence, torture, fine, bully, abuse. So delete the throat being hoarse. Strengthen oxygen saturation levels in the body. So strengthen energy production in every one of these cells, tissues, organs, systems, and structures. Strengthen for structural alignment, physical intelligence, and structural integration. So strengthen all the elements in the body that in the right balance. So like strengthen antioxidant systems, vitamins, the mineral balance, deactivate all non-beneficial bacteria, viruses, fungi, parasites, any molds, any yeast, delete that and deactivate it. Send it to the black holes. You feel different.
Yeah, certainly do. Thank you. Something I've been meaning to, this is totally off topic, but I'm going to ask you anyway because I've been wanting to know. Do you know how you said your dad is Welsh? How did your mum and dad meet?
In the Royal British Air Force. So my dad was a flying officer, medical doctor who flew all around the world. Then there was a Royal Air Force base in Singapore because British colonized. Okay, anyway, yeah. So they had the Air Force in Singapore, and I think there was a cocktail party, and then he saw my mom. And it's like, oh, she looks nice, and that was many years ago. They got married when Singapore got independence in 1965.
Right. So now I know. Been meaning to ask you that for ages. I just keep forgetting. Yeah. Cool. Have you ever been to Wales?
uh, 3 times.
Yeah. All right. I went once. It was closed.
What do you mean closed?
It's a joke. It's just a joke. Just ignore me. Oh,
Which part did it go?
I haven't actually been to Wales. It was just a joke. It was like nothing against Wales. There's some lovely Welsh people I know. My brother lives in Wales.
Really, did you feel a difference? What did you feel with regards to your mouth? No, that's what she said earlier. The latest one, she said thanks.
All right.
What do you feel that's different? Okay. Well, what is your issue? I feel so chill. Let's put on the music. What is your issue? Danny, I'm asking you.
Are you talking to me? Sorry, I thought you were still talking to the audience.
Yeah, I'm
what's
waiting for
my
them to
issue?
reply.
Nausea and sickness and bloatedness. Yeah, nausea. Just like
Okay, so the first thing that comes out will be nausea. So how long have you had it for, and do you know the cause?
I've got it now as we speak. So it's been getting it for about a week, 10 days. Um,
Huh? A week?
yeah, a week, 10 days, something like that. Don't know the
Okay.
cause.
All right. You don't know. Okay, so yeah, so it's weak. So strengthen you to the nausea back to you. It's a physical cause. So strengthen your food intake. So strengthen your digestion, assimilation, and detoxification and elimination. Delete being clogged up a bit. Delete any constipation. Delete any shock. It feels like yesterday's incident of the shock. Delete holding it within, like the after effect of being told what to do, and then the anger and the recoil. So delete all of that. And I'm going to strengthen your rib cage as well. Strengthen your rib cage and all the rib bones and all the intercostal muscles in between the rib bones.
Thank you.
You feel it, right?
Yeah, I do. Don't know who this is, but some poor soul is saying the heart hurts and my soul feels crushed. I feel sick watching things unfold. Sorry to hear that. I'm sorry, I don't know who it is, but
It's Kelly. So Kelly, heart hurts. Okay. And yours. Okay, the first thing, as weird as it sounds, it's hurts and it's hurts and crushed is the weakness. So some heartache going on. Um, okay, I'm going to strengthen your relationships. And the physical effects of what is happening in the world. The word discombobulated.
good word that.
Being too full. Oh, okay. So strengthen the throat, giddiness, strengthen for groundedness, neutrality. Delete any giddiness, being spun around. Delete all that. Okay, the hurt it's kind of feel different. Soul feels crushed. So again, okay, non-physical related emotions of crushed, as if you were really crushed, like collapsing. So delete collapsing, strengthen the rib cage, strengthen the mid back, delete the heaviness that is there. So strengthen the spine and the vertebral disc, the space between the discs, strengthen and lengthen the spine to optimal positioning and length and functioning. So crushed. Delete any overwhelm regarding finances. That's one. Delete all the worries about work or business. Delete the stress of having too many things to do. Yeah, so there's some baggage going on, like backlog, clutter, deadlines, accumulation of some things. So delete all the accumulation, being on top of it all, like sort it out, automate, organize, strengthen for energy to get all these things done. Delete the struggle. Like I feel there's some entanglement and inability to breathe. Strengthen breathing, delete entanglement, strengthen for clarity, delete brain fog, throat cloud, delete that. And any clogging. Okay, tell me if you feel the difference, Kelly. I'm going to Ken.
This one's Ken Hart. He's talking about his wife.
Yep.
Severe brain injury. I remember that. Yes, it was. It was. Yeah, just so much tragedy to strike your family. Thankfully, things turned out a lot better than they could have done. But yes, I remember all that, Ken.
Okay, so the biggest weakness between what's influencing or affecting your wife is the depression, anxiety, and it's also triggering the same in you. So delete triggering depression, anxiety in yourself, more anxiety. So strengthen you and clean out anxiety in your entire structure systems, organs, tissues, cells, cell membrane, organelles, cytoplasm, nucleus. Clean and clear the DNA, repair, strengthen the mitochondria, ADP production, strengthen all the way to the quantum particles, strengthen atoms, protons, neutrons, electrons, strengthen the ions. Okay, so looking at the nervous system, strengthen the nerve channels and the nervous transmission, and strengthen all the myelin sheath over the nerves. Strengthen appropriate levels of myelin sheath. Strengthen the myelin sheath production, if anything. Okay, so what I'm getting is your wife is constantly thinking of the past. So we strengthen her to the past and delete constant thinking of the past. Like different permutations of it, and delete all the heaviness in the heart about like how it used to be, etc. Like so many different permutations. So just strengthen the ball of thinking, send it to black holes. Strengthen for brain rejuvenation, repair, there is some level of hopelessness. Well, strengthen for a sweet slumber, gentle, soothing, at ease. And delete all the frustration from not sleeping, delete the flusteredness, the restlessness, the moving about. Strengthen for sweet meditation if awake and like dreaming of different places, and delete all the frantic tossing and turning. Strengthen for stillness and gaining energy. So delete all the weaknesses in parasympathetic system. Delete, lack of a better word, stress in parasympathetic system. And also for your wife, like any childhood trauma that keeps being regurgitated. So we'll strengthen her childhood trauma and delete all the effects, remnants, experiences of childhood trauma on her. Like, if she feels calmer, well, you can let us know if there's anything, Ken. If you feel different about it. Delete gulping down anxiety and throat. So strengthen and clean and clear it. We're going to activate scrubbing bubbles protocol in every single person tuning in. So Ginseng says she's got skin rashes with itch in various places in body.
I'm just having sorry to interrupt. I'm just in this moment. I'm just thinking, how cool is this? I'm sitting in England, you're in Singapore. We are talking and helping. Well, you are serving people with energy healing from around the world with various physical, emotional issues, and it's just incredible. And I just want to acknowledge what's going on here, and it's just amazing. And just rather than take it for granted and think, oh yeah, it's amazing. How cool is that, and how brilliant to be a part of it. So thank you. Anyway, sorry I interrupted you there. Please do continue.
Not at all. I feel honored. And you remember back then we had snail mail. How would it be possible to strengthen the whole multitude of people who are online now? I mean, the technology is incredible and the connection, and it's free. We're paying for our Wi-Fi and our data, but it's free. Thank you, Ken, for affirming, because I felt like I was shooting in the dark. So, thank you. You want to read out what Ken said, or not? It's okay.
Yeah, he said you're right on so many of our issues, things I could not discuss in open form. Of course, you're entitled to your privacy, Ken. Yeah, absolutely. And so she does tend to own her injury. Yeah, absolutely. And someone saying Dianna is awesome, which I quite agree.
Strengthen for the improvements to continue. I do feel she's calmer right now, so strengthen for the strengthenings to continue. Okay, so for ginseng, the rashes, right? So first thing, it's physical. Could you tell me what places they've? Can you tell me what places they've popped up? So I'm gonna delete the heat Well, like in Chinese, we believe in heaty, so it does feel like your body is heaty. So strengthen you and delete the additional heatiness within you. Most welcome, Ken. Delete all exasperation and hopelessness. Delete body. Okay, so delete all the stagnation, congestion, infection, infestation down to 0. So delete the body, like fighting some inner infection. So strengthen the immune system, the physical intelligence to tackle it the best way it knows how. It's like pushing things out. So strengthen the elimination to be quicker and faster, and strengthen the skin to be settled. And then the mind gets really bothered by it. So strengthen and clean and clear the mind, strengthen for a sense of mindlessness, and strengthen your spine and your central channel, like delete feeling dejected, irritated, hot and flustered, and affected by the whole issue. Are you getting in the, what's this called? Elbow, the inner elbow? Thanks, Millie. You're amazing too. Millie is a client who turned practitioner.
That's great.
And strengthen, Dr. Yuan. Dr. Yuan is the founder of one of the techniques I practice. So I combine Sedona and Yuan and Eastern and Western modalities into what I do. And Dr. Yuan's, we strengthen a clone to go and work on you 24/7. And all family members, clean and clear. So a general strengthening for everybody. So strengthen you to the home that you're dwelling in, which is your physical body. So delete any shame, discomfort, unease about physical body. So delete any dejection about body shape or self-esteem and any of those things about where you are. So strengthen to be able to envision the body that you want, and strengthen all our organs, tissues, cells, our structures, our muscles, our ligaments, our cartilage, our fascia, and all the molecules in the atoms, protons, neutrons, from like this optimal function, right, for every single organ. So the different systems. Strengthen the nervous system, central nervous system, parasympathetic nervous system, spinal cord, spinal fluid, brain, cerebellum, cerebral cortex, somatosensory cortex, strengthened for more sensitivity, the occipital lobe for visual, temporal, parietal, frontal, hippocampus, pineal gland, strengthen pineal gland, delete any calcification, strengthen to be light. Millie. Strengthen pituitary gland. Parotid, what is this one? Thyroid gland, and the gland that is here, and the thymus gland. I don't know. I just feel like a sense in the body, a sense of sadness and dejection. Like the state of your body, strengthen the state of your body. Like strengthen for delete the weaknesses in gratitude, lightness, strength. Okay, strengthen everyone's fitness. Okay, strengthen everyone's agility, coordination, endurance. Endurance is weak. It's like I'm getting a sense of people like, how in the world am I going to endure? How long more is this going to take? This is the questions that's going on. So strengthen for endurance. It's not like we're in solitary confinement in a way, but we're not. We have a lot more freedom. If the guy in Papillon, like the true story of the guy in solitary confinement for years and years and years, and then he escaped, and it's like ridiculously inspiring. So strengthen to channel like that grit, that endurance, the sense of purpose, the will to live, the ability to dream and to find and envision the things that you want to do, the relationships you like to have, the experiences like you like to have. Strengthen for energy. All of this is like a little bit delete the impossibilities of it. The places that you want to see. As of now, you can beautifully travel in your mind. Strengthen for focus and to hold it in your solar plexus to imagine and attract it into your reality. The places you want to visit, whether it's the ocean cliff tops or the forests or waterfalls or beach sides or mountains, valleys, is it icebergs, glaciers, rivers, lakes, different kinds of water bodies, forests. Okay, so as I'm saying all this, bring in all the nature frequencies to balance our bodies. So travel to the different spots to heal different parts of our body. So let's bring in the energy of the beach, and that is a very clearing energy. Bringing the energy of the forest, which really helps to clean out the lungs and refresh the eyes. Brings in the oxygen, and we're good to travel this way because we don't get bug bites. Strengthen for the mountaintops. For mountains, we gain a lot of strength. Strengthen for the power that we can get that is very grounding. Strengthen to get the energy and the practicality and the action, taking of action. So whether it's a lot of action, delete the weaknesses of massive, like too impactful, delete the weaknesses of massive. So a lot of action. Strengthen for no action. If you just want to lounge, go ahead. And then delete the depression associated with slowness and lack of productivity and inaction. So strengthen for the different levels of it, and strengthen to the different seasons in a day, or in a day, yes, in a month, in a season, in a year, in years. So strengthen everybody's vision, strengthen to expand your vision from a day to the month to 3 months to which is the quarter, and we are on the second half of 2020. Strengthen for perfect vision. Delete oversensitivities to the energies around the world that are not positive. Positive, not positive, negative, not negative. Strengthen for neutrality, and strengthen to see the big picture. Strengthen to build up the character together with competence. So strengthen everyone over here to build up the skills and the knowledge to bring your gifts to the world and to have fun doing it and to have fun attracting the people that appreciate us. And strengthen, who's so sweet? Who's that? Ken! That was sweet. Yeah, Millie, I'm also feeling it. The energies from the world. Okay, let's continue. So back to the mountain. I find mountain to be this little bit destabilizing. Like, okay, so I think what's important is to strengthen everybody's bone structure. So strengthen the jaw, the skull, strengthen the. I'm going to look into bone science, but strengthen everybody's bone integrity, density, and strengthen for alignment. Strengthen everyone to feel confident, strong, at ease, and to trust and to know and feel what is the best thing to do, what is the strong thing to do, who are the people whom you feel strong to connect with at the right time. So strengthen you for choice of doing what makes you feel stronger each time, and to build that beautiful life more consciously. So we've got beautiful moments and fulfilling moments, right? So strengthen us to, I think every day Danny has a good day. If not, he will flip it and make it good. I feel the same. So I remember interacting with a friend, a new friend, and he would say he had a shitty day. And I was like, what? What happened? I was like thinking, imagining like something really, really bad. And I'm like, I'm really stunned that people really label like FML, like fuck my life. I don't know. I think that's what they're saying. Or they're having a bad day when you find out it's not really that bad. It's like first world issues. And it's the perception. So it's interesting. So delete that garbagey talk, strengthen, send it to black holes, strengthen to acknowledge that people do live their lives that way and perceive it that way, and strengthen to not be affected by it. For me, I was alarmed because I thought something really bad had happened, but it was no big deal. It's just the person's wordings. So strengthen to be more neutral to people's choice of words, behaviors, actions, body language. Delete being affected by them so badly because it's just their choice, their actions, their decisions, their life, their story, their perception. So strengthen for us to own ourselves more and not need acceptance. Acceptance, whether we get acceptance or no acceptance, whether we're rejected or not rejected, whether we're approved of or not. Strengthen us to get our own approval, to fully believe in ourselves, to fully own, because we know ourselves best. I feel like we know what is best for us, and to really listen to ourselves and not get external, not need at all external validation. We can give it to others. And those who love us give it to us when we need it, when we're a little down. So strengthen our community. But at the core, we can always build ourselves stronger. Because the world needs you. Is there any more nature spots that I missed out? Can you put some nature spots? Did I miss out any? I went to the beach, forest, and mountains.
The lake.
I don't really like lakes. Strengthen me to lakes and lakes to me. I feel like I don't like the fact that it's contained. But I know there are huge lakes where you cannot see the.
Yeah. So how are you feeling?
I see something else coming up. So I'm going to work on that. I feel a sense of my work is not done.
Feet, heels, and sciatic nerve.
So what do you feel with your sciatic nerve? Do you feel it being pinched, or what's the symptom, Millie? Can I leave you for a moment? I'm going to the ladies.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I'll just take over the dead noise. Yeah. There she was gone. So how amazing has this been? I'm just sitting here kind of feeling like a spare part, just nodding and just enjoying the proceedings. Just hopefully holding a space as well. Happy to show the comments as and when they arrive. So it's nice just to hang out. And sometimes I forget when we're chatting, especially initially, that we're doing a Facebook Live, and I sometimes forget that. Just get involved in conversation, which isn't a bad thing. Someone saying, "Thank you, Diana and Danny. You're very welcome. Thank you for being a part of this." I'm sorry, I don't know who that is, but thank you for being here. We're not done yet. Diana's just away to spend a penny, as they say in the UK, say in England to the ladies, the bathroom. I'm guessing that's Kenny saying, "I've just spoken to my wife who's now feeling tired and relaxed." Wow, so hopefully she'll get some quality sleep. If not today, then tonight and moving forward as well. It's horrible when you're tossing and turning all night and you can't sleep, and it compounds, doesn't it? The next day you're that bit more tired, and the next day that bit more tired, and you just feel pretty grouchy and miserable, and everything feels so real. So hopefully it's changed now. It's shifted. It's gonna be much happier for it. Yeah, awesome to hear that, Ken. Absolutely too right it is. Yeah. This is me just here's Diana back. You've just missed some awesome feedback from Ken. He says he's just spoken to his wife who's now feeling tired and relaxed. Ta-da, which is brilliant news.
Hope that's good news. Oh, relax is good, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so delete my worry about her. Delete all worries and concerns. Strengthen every moment, every hour, every day to be a good day. So I did some work for you, Millie, while I went to the loo. I was strengthening your shoulder, your right shoulder, and standing too much. So strengthen for standing all day long and not at all. Strengthen for movement, sitting, all the positional weaknesses. And strengthen you to strengthen yourself, because she's a practitioner. What else? So physical. I'm going to strengthen you for romance, and strengthen your physical heart. Delete all disappointment regarding romance or having too much or lack thereof. So the lull moments of your partner not being around, and delete all the sadness as a result. So having someone, not having someone, being with someone, not being with someone, missing someone, not missing. So delete all those permutations and those weaknesses. Strengthen your heart to be strong, and delete the uncertainties and the sadness surrounding. And a lot of it's strengthening your throat as well. So strengthening your throat, shoulder, and rib cage, the triad, and delete all sources, reasons, causes for your feet issues, and also the varicose veins, and all the veins, capillaries, arteries. Delete all soreness and any accumulated lactic acid. Strengthen to clean and clear, and strengthen. So strengthen the body alignment, the spine alignment, from the head to the neck to the spine to the hips to the rib cage. Strengthen for alignment. Interesting.
We've had loads of comments on this live stream, and you've helped lots of people. And I've just noticed the title is from the last live stream I did. It says when the psychic meets the world of psychology. I'm thinking, yeah, I didn't put that, but it's obviously from the last live stream I did in the group. So anyway, never mind. That wasn't supposed to be on. Didn't realize it was.
How do you feel?
I feel amazing. Thank you very much. Always do after these, to be honest. I feel clear. I feel relaxed and just like just cleansed, to be honest.
So strengthen everyone for a refreshed state, to reset mind, body, spirit. Strengthen all the strengthenings to continue going and take it easy or not. If you have a burst of energy, remember to drink water and help your body eliminate all that needs to be eliminated. And strengthen for all issues to be deleted down to zero minus infinity. Oh yes, Millie. So can you put the next comment that she put about the Dead Sea minerals? That was interesting.
Oh yes.
Okay, so I will end this with our last strengthening, unless you have anything to add, Danny. I'm happy.
I will add right at the end, but you just keep going.
The nature energy from the Dead Sea minerals. Okay, so I'm gonna strengthen everybody's skin, because the skin is a very important protective barrier of everybody, and is like the most important immune system that we have, like the protective barrier. So I'm just gonna work on skin a little bit, okay? So strengthen everybody's skin, delete the weaknesses in the integrity of the skin, and strengthen different layers of the skin. Strengthen the nerve endings and strengthen the fatty tissue. Subcutaneous fats. So strengthen all the collagen fibers, the elastin fibers, and all of the different fibers that hold the skin to make it plump, elastic, pliable. Doing, doing. Strengthen pliability, elasticity, integrity. Strengthen everybody to tap into universal energies when we're still or moving. So strengthen for us to tap universal energies to fill up our tank of energy and chi, prana, and release all that is non-beneficial and is not ours. Strengthen to our mission, our values, our vision. And maybe we have many missions, so strengthen to mission or many missions or no mission. Strengthen to having extraordinary vision, good by you vision. And go with the flow. So you either like a hunter or you flow. Both are fine in different measures. So strengthen the balance of the yin and the yang, like going forth and also resting in slumber.
I'm sure I speak for everyone on this call, and just to thank you for sharing your amazing gifts and talents. We appreciate you. If anyone wants to work with Dianna on a one-to-one basis, which I can thoroughly, absolutely, and comprehensively recommend, then reach out to her. Obviously, she's in this group. It's Dianna Lane. She's in this group. You've also got your. Where else can they reach out to you, Dianna? What's the best?
Just PM me.
Yeah, Facebook Messenger, and she'll book you in and make it happen, and you'll get well and truly taken care of, and and like I say, I recommend it. If you're looking for some clarity or some healing, some strengthening, some way forward, I know Dinah can help with all those kinds of things. You've seen how quickly she cuts to the heart of an issue. Yeah. So,
and the last thing I'll do on behalf of everybody who feels weird, raise your hand if you feel a little weird. You don't feel weird. Strengthen to okay, I do. So strengthen to embrace weirdness and delete the weaknesses of, because I feel I sound weird. And come on, like when burping on air, it's like, what? I know the old me would have seen this and I'm like, what in the world is going on?
the very first live session we did together, and I was seeing you burp, and I couldn't stop laughing. But this time, to be honest, I hadn't even noticed. It was like until he mentioned it, I was like, "Oh yeah, you do that." I hadn't even noticed. It's weird.
Well, I'm doing it, but it's kind of subtle. And after that, I will clear maybe sometimes. So I like delete all the judgment and thinking and expectation. Strengthen to just flow and get stronger by the minute and nanosecond. Strengthen to get stronger, and I do feel strengthen everybody's fitness in terms of romance or physicality or mental agility, being able to coordinate, endure. To speed, strengthen everybody's speed. Like we need to be speeding up to the planet. And focus. Delete being distracted, because I remember doing a lot of trainings, and then what comes to me is like not many people are able to juggle, not many people are able to pay attention, and a lot of people are so distracted and their attention span is like really poor, and the retention as well. So we don't want to retain anything. We just tap in, find out what we need when we need it. Delete all fears and phobias generally and specifically, and strengthen relationship fitness for everybody. Okay, so I'll end this one with like a lot of our issues stem from our parents and our childhood. So I will end the strengthening with that. So for the group, strengthen everybody to mom a bit more and delete all the soreness in the relationship. So if anyone tuning in has perfect, wonderful, strong relationship with mom, fantastic. But I'm getting soreness right now. So delete all the soreness in relationships with mom. Being told what to do, when to do it, how to do it, or getting the feeling or impression that you're not good enough or I'm not good enough, intelligent enough, pretty enough, getting enough grades. I mean, now that we see it, grades weren't that important. Is it important? To a certain extent. But like getting the best over somebody else, like no big deal. Strengthen to find the information that we want and to learn independently and freely anything that we choose to do. And delete any slowness in learning. How did mom go to learning? Okay. Well, that was better with mom. Now for dad. So strengthen everybody to their dads. The first thing that pops up about dad is like being seen by dad. So anybody whose dads were working too hard and not paying enough attention and not being seen by dad, or all the times of not being spoken to nicely, or delete the times where dad was gentle was great, but the times where dad was rough or scary or angry. So delete all those memories, remnants, experiences from everybody when dad was rough, angry, and delete taking on responsibility and feeling bad, smaller, less than. Guess who opened my door? I would show you. My door just closed. Okay. My own dad opened the door. That was funny. He came in to have a look at me. I was talking about being seen, right? That was funny. Ah, man. So anyone who experiences sibling rivalry, important, like siblings need not, should not, cannot, will not be neglected, because siblings are blood relations. So any blood relation is important. So okay, and strengthen everyone's to their biological parents and their grandparents and ancestors and descendants from different times, space, and dimensions. And for siblings, for brothers and sisters, half sisters, and whatnot, step brothers, step siblings, whatever. Well, okay, cousins, aunties, uncles, strengthen all the family dynamics. The first thing that comes up is all the bullshit. Like, what does bullshit mean? All the drama. Okay, all the scuffles, comparing, judgment, expectations, deletion. Whoa, what's this? Okay, so all of this drama, judgments, labels, questioning, expectations, comparing, all this garbage in family dynamics, delete that down to 0. And a lot of it stems with, what are you doing now? The question, what are you doing now? So it's a lot of it's looking at status, money, ambition, level of success. So strengthen everyone to own and to get whatever success they want to get, and to be completely unaffected by everybody else. So strengthen you to achieve all that you wish to, the level of success that you want in work and business and financially, and the lifestyle that you choose. Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you to everyone who took part, live on the replay. Keep those comments coming. Yeah, obviously without you guys, there is no live stream. There is no live clearings, etc., etc. So to say, give it up for Dianna Lane. She's been amazing. Thank you so much. Feel free to reach out to her if you require a one-on-one session. Anyway, without further ado, much love. I'm sure there'll be a next time. I certainly hope there'll be a next time. And speak to you all soon. Bye for now.
Keep shiny, happy, and new. Brand new. Reset.